anything like this. Multiple attacks without eating its prey.
Lions don't do that. At least no lion I've ever seen.
Shh. Go back to the calls.
Dad, please!
No, you gotta try, you gotta try! Try! Breathe. Breathe. Slow down.
We're in his territory now.
It's the law of the jungle. It's the only law that matters.
Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Africa. Here, no, I'm just kidding. Here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, live in Hawaii, bringing you the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu, in Hawaii, not Africa. But, you know, here on the island, there are some places that could look like the bush. Be it Australia, be it Africa. Which brings me to the latest movie review, Beast, starring Idris Elba, Charlito Coppola, the man who was basically best known for District 9, played Face, actually played Mad Murdock on the movie of the A-Team. He's actually come a long way as an actor from District 9. Who had knocked it out of the park and continues to get great roles. You know, maybe even better known as the villain from Elysium. But yes, either way, absolutely fantastic. Holding his own in a supporting role with Idris Elba in the movie Beast. And, well, remember our rating scale. Shock a thumbs up. It's good to see. I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down. It's junk. I don't recommend it. And for Beast, the latest Idris Elba movie, kind of an action movie, which I would best describe as maybe Jaws meets The Meg, meets a little bit of Cujo, and of course, one cannot help but compare this to Liam Neeson's movie, The Grey. And overall, it is a shock a thumbs up. So what does this movie entail? Well, let me just say, you've seen the trailers. Essentially, it is Idris Elba defending his family from a lion. A full-fledged, maybe 800-pound lion. Yes, right there. Defending his family, his two daughters, from a lion that has gone seeking revenge against poachers that have killed its entire pride. You know, cubs, you know, female lions, etc. And basically starts to just go after humans, you know, indiscriminately there in the bush of Africa. What brings Idris Elba's character and his two daughters to Africa following the death of his wife, who he had met in Africa due to cancer. She dies. And they had, before she had died, they had separated. Actually, before he knew she had cancer, they had separated. You know, and basically he became estranged from his two daughters. And in a way, they blame him for not being there to help, you know, their mother, his wife, you know, in the time of, you know, before her death with cancer. Very dramatic, profound stuff. And so in an effort to reconnect with his two younger daughters. He takes them to where he met, their mother, and gives them the tour of Africa, which is where we meet Charlito Copley, playing his friend and also friend of his the deceased mother, who lives in Africa, who's the actor is lives in Africa and is an actor of Africa, South Africa, I believe, and basically he is an anti-poacher, gives them a tour of the reserve that he protects, basically going out and stopping poachers by, killing them or apprehending them, etc. Unfortunately, we also see that, it is just becoming so much more prolific, poaching, whereas they used to just take, and this is stated in the film itself, that they used to just take, rhinos and elephant tusks, but now they're going after even lions. The furs, the claws, the teeth, they sell everything on the black market. And essentially, this one lion that survives, such a brutal attack, basically goes mad and becomes kind of a Jaws or Meg or Cujo incident. Although, it's never stated that this lion has gone rabid. But again, just indiscriminately takes out an entire village, who weren't even involved in the poaching. And as Charlito Copley's character states, it's very, very unlikely that a lion would do this normally. He's never seen attacks like this because, lions, just attack for food, basically. And these people weren't even eaten, just mauled to death and left there to rot. So basically, during one of these tours, the lion attacks. You see right in the trailers, in an attempt to get away, the family drives their Land Rover into a tree, smashes it, so now they're out of a vehicle, trapped out in the bush, in the wilderness, the heat, with a rampaging lion somewhere out in the bush with them, so without food, water, medical care, or attention. And that is where Idris Elba must essentially make the decision to take on this lion to try to save his family, his daughters, and try to get help for them before the lion gets them, or, heat exposure and dehydration does the lion's job for them. Why I compare this to The Grey is because everyone knows Liam Neeson in that movie The Grey, where he's stuck up in the Alaska tundra or whatever, waiting for these wolves to attack the party and basically decimate everybody, and then it's finally just down to Liam Neeson and the main wolf, and then as the wolf charges and Liam Neeson's got his fists up and I'm ready to take you on, wolf, the credits roll, and it's that would have been the best part of the movie in The Grey. And so in this one, you actually see Idris Elba. They don't tease it and then just throw it away like that. He dukes it out, kicks this lion, not because he wants to. This isn't like some fictional fantasy where, it's I'm going to take on this lion, bah, 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 He's getting mauled by this lion. He's doing whatever he can, kicking, punching. He has a knife, stabs it several times, but it's still slashing and clawing and biting him, and he's getting messed up, man. So, props for realism. Could he have survived? Yeah, there are people who have survived lion maulings, maybe not to the extent that Idris Elba faces in this movie. Again, he is very, very lucky and uses, his intelligence to help him, hold on against the lion, and at the very least, in the end, save his daughters. Proving to them that he did love them and his mother, despite having, possibly abandoning them in their mother's greatest time of need while she was facing cancer. That's about it. That's all I can say about this movie. I mean, it hits the dramatic parts and points of family and relationships, even friendship between Idris Elba and Charlito Copley's character. So again, great in that aspect. Also wonderful, again, in the fact of great cinematic drama, great cinematic performances, dealing with loss, reconnection of family, etc., of friendship after so long with Charlito Copley's character and Idris Elba, reuniting, after a lifetime of separation there, and finally taking the death of his wife to bring them back together. Unfortunately, they fall into these terrible circumstances with this lion, and also dealing with environmental impacts of poaching, wildlife being hunted in places such as Africa, both for economic reasons and, a desire to protect the environment. Deals with all these issues wrapped up in this movie that could have just taken itself so tongue-in-cheek, sort of like The Meg, where you got Jason Statham punching out this shark, or even a Jaws. This is much more of a Jaws movie than it is a Meg or a Grey or a Cujo, much more dramatic and taken more seriously than, say, a movie like Meg, where it does get a little tongue-in-cheek. Very much more like Jaws, like Roy Snyder taking on this shark because he has to. In the end, it's just him and the shark, and he's got to do something. Here it's Idris Elba and the lion, and he's got to do something to protect his kids. Something that Roy Snyder didn't have to do out there in the ocean on the boat, but for his own survival. And so add that drama of his kids in jeopardy. Idris Elba must make a stand against this lion as best he can. And so again, just involving all those dramatic performances, keeping it very grounded and real, provides a very terrifying, thrilling aspect to this mad lion out on the patrol, never knowing where or when he's going to strike from the bushes. All right. Mahalo and aloha. I'm sorry. Mahalo so much. Check out Beast when you can, especially if you're a fan of Idris Elba. You'll really enjoy it, or at least definitely streaming when it comes VOD or on any of the streaming services. Again, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, giving Beast a shaka thumbs up. Mahalo and aloha.